It is wonderful to be back with you every Wednesday. What we do is we do a live Q&A call for 30 minutes. I'm Peggy McColl, as you very likely know already, and I am here to serve you for 30 minutes of addressing any questions that you may have. Now, what some people do is if they have a question that they would love to have addressed, then what they'll do sometimes is send it into my support department. So support at peggymccall.com. And then that goes straight to Roddy. And Roddy lovingly collects all the questions and he posts them for me. And then I address them during our 30-minute Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Q&A time. So I'm delighted to be here to serve you. I am a manifestation expert and I can help you manifest anything that you desire. Just tell me what it is, what you're dealing with, and I can help you. Now, the first question that we've had posted for today is a question from, let's find my little browser. There we are. Okay, perfect. Just going to move my phone over a little bit and move my browser over a little bit. There we go. Okay. This is from Michael Harrison. And Michael has joined an event that I'm doing this week. And the event that I'm doing this week is totally free. I've already delivered 2 sessions and I'm delivering another one later today. And you can all sign up for that. It's called Ready to Take Control. And it's about taking control of your life. All right, so here's what Michael's question is. Thank you for Ready to Take Cold presentations. They really helped. I have used your Power Life script and recorded what I wanted. I listened to it occasionally and I found a house even better than I described. I remember Mary Morrissey telling a story about a lady who wrote what she wanted and wrote a letter to the owner of the property where she found the house. Although the owner had 2 full offers, he accepted her letter and she lived in that house, improved it, and things happened for her. I did write a letter to the owner of the house and I saw but he needs the money from the sale of the house to buy another one in Ontario. He is moving there with his family. So the scenario is that he wants the money and I want the house. I haven't manifested the money yet to purchase. I still listen, read, believe, and take some action. What's my next move? Okay, great question, Michael. And this is really applicable to anyone that has a desire to purchase their dream home. So what's the next move? Well, Michael, sounds like you're already doing the right things. You have a Power Life script, you're focused on it. Still continue to see and believe and know that you are absolutely in that home or something better. So you can declare, thank you and give gratitude. And as you know, you feel in your heart. You think thoughts and you feel in your heart as if you already own and live in your dream home. And then this is where the universe, the laws of the universe take over, or what some people consider magic happens. But you're doing the right things, Michael. Stay focused on it. Understand this. You do not have to know how. You definitely do not have to know how. But you do have to see yourself and understand and know that you're already there. All right, great question. Thank you so much. Okay, here's a question here from Leo. Okay, great. I see that Roddy just grabbed your question, Leo, so we're going to get to that one as well. Okay, the next question in order is Ingrid. Ingrid says, I wonder, what are the best ways to change your paradigms? And I really mean your day-to-day practices. Okay, Ingrid. Now, Ingrid, if you're not part of our Ready to Take Control event, definitely get over there and sign up for that. And the reason is because I'm giving you 3 straight hours of solid content that's free. It's all totally free. And when we're talking about excuse me, changing paradigms, this is everything as it relates to you manifesting your goals. You must change your paradigms. And so Ingrid, yesterday in the Ready to Take Control event, which has all been recorded, so the moment you register for it, you're going to get access to session 2. And in session 2, I covered this, how to change your paradigms. And so for the sake of today's call, we won't deliver another hour class, but I'm going to suggest that you go over there. But for everyone else's benefit, it is essential that you understand and you apply the changing of your paradigms, because your paradigms are your belief system. And your belief system is literally determining what you're thinking, what you're saying, how you're feeling, what you're doing, the actions you're taking, your behavior. And of course, your paradigms are going to be reflected in your results. You may have heard this expression before, by their fruits you will know them, which simply means if you want to know what someone's like, look at their results. Now, when we say, if you want to know what someone's like, we're talking about what are they like in their thinking? What are they like in their belief system? That's what we're talking about there. So, how you change your paradigms is through making a decision that you're going to change your paradigms. Secondly, by committed to practices that are going to change your paradigm. And the single best, and I say this wholeheartedly, the single best way to change your paradigms is with a Power Life script. So go to powerlifescript.com, sign up for that. It's like peanuts, $87. Now listen, think about this. What is your successful future worth to you? $87? Heck yeah. Absolutely. I have personally invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in my personal growth, in personal development, personal growth over the 42 years that I've been studying. I don't regret that for a second. And I've never counted the dollars or what have I invested in myself. Why? Because of what it's worth, right? It changed my life in every area. Just to feel peaceful is worth it, right? And of course, it's changed my life monetarily as well. So change your paradigms, you change your life. And I love that you're interested in that, Ingrid. Now get on with the work and go over to the Ready to Take Control event, and we'll help you there as well. So go to readytotakecontrol.com and you'll see how to follow through with what I'm recommending. Okay, Margaret has a wonderful question here. Margaret says, my biggest hurdle. Okay, so this is a great question because I love this question because there's going to be a lot of wonderful, valuable answers to this question, not only for you, Margaret, but for everyone else as well. My biggest hurdle, this is Margaret's question. My biggest hurdle, I watch Peggy and I know I want to be a part of the team. And what she's talking about is Destiny Coaches. So we've started a division in Dynamic Destinies called Destiny Coaches, where we are essentially training people how to be a coach. We're giving them the programs to coach from, and then we help them with the marketing as well and show them and give them some tools for marketing and some training on that. So she says, I know I want to go down that path of studying the mind, but I don't have the finances, and that's my biggest hurdle. Okay. Now, first of all, stop saying that it's your biggest hurdle. As long as you believe it's your biggest hurdle, it will continue to be your biggest hurdle. You must think prosperously. You have to imagine that you already have the funds that you desire. You will attract them. You absolutely will attract them when you make a committed decision. So what you do, Margaret, is you decide you're doing it. Make a decision. Even get in with a deposit if you want. We have that available for our Destiny Coaches that they could join with a deposit. But I do know this, when one decides they are going to do something, have something, be something, experience something, they will absolutely find a way. Now, why do they find a way? Because they become committed, because they become persistent. They're like a dog with a bone. They're holding on tight to that dream and they're not letting go. And you will find a way. So give zero energy to anything that is unlike what you desire. What you do is you only focus on what you desire as if it's in your life now. See it now. Believe it's here now. Not sometime in the future, but right now. And I absolutely believe you will attract whatever is necessary for you to become a Destiny Coach. Our next question is from Frank. Frank says, how do we recognize the signs from the universe when one is on the right track? Brilliant question. Questions today are really good, aren't they, Roddy? Okay, so the next question from Frank, how do you recognize what the signs are from the universe? I believe that you will see them in maybe in very obvious places, and you may see them in unobvious places. All right. Now, what you decide these signs are and what they mean is really up to you. Now, what I find is I intuitively feel guided. So if my intuition, or when my intuition, because everybody has intuition, you have it, I have it, everyone on this call has it, we all have intuition. And when we trust our intuition, now that's important. You've got to trust your intuition. And when we know that our intuition will guide us to the next step and the next step and the next step, it's really connecting with the divine or connecting with the universe. That's really what it is. So when you're looking to create something or looking to do something, you will know. There's going to be a sense of knowingness within you. I'll give you an example of that. Savvy Wisdom. So, Savvy Wisdom is my 19th book. And anyone that's on this call now, if you do not have this copy of this book, get this book today. It's a parable, it's written as a fiction, as a story based on my life. And so, when the idea literally popped in my mind to write this book, I immediately started to think of why I wasn't going to do it. Right now, what are those thoughts of why I wasn't going to do it? That's the old paradigms trying to limit you and block you and pull you back. But intuitively, I felt that this was something important to do. Intuitively, I felt that not only I could do it, but I could do it really well, and it was going to be a phenomenal book. And so I listened to my intuition and I made a decision to do it. And I made a decision to just open up and allow the flow and allow the story to literally come to and through me. And that is exactly what it did. Now, I have had other experiences where I've set objectives, I've set goals, and I've been in the shower and all of a sudden, boom, an idea would pop into my consciousness. And then I followed through because I felt it was like a divine nudge or an intuitive guidance or, as you mentioned, a sign from the universe, right? And, one of the things that I notice, and this may seem silly to some people, but I was just on my way back to my home office. I was out on an appointment this morning. And as soon as I got on the highway, I saw a license plate that said 444. And I don't know about you, but I see a lot of triple digits. I see 333 a lot. I see 111 a lot. I see 444 a lot. And so if you look up, some people call those angel numbers. What does it mean? It means you're being guided or you're being protected and everything's going to work out. And it's like, that's my assumption of what that means. Like, okay, there's a sign from the universe, and so you may find that you'll get those kinds of responses as well. Or you might just happen to see something on the television and just oh, that's a message for me. Or you pick up something in the mailbox or whatever, or you see something online and you realize, oh, that's just simply a message for me. Okay, our next question is, we got a lot of them coming in now. We got 4 more. Leo says, hello, Peggy. Grateful to be here. How we avoid the outside run the inside. Oh, brilliant. How, as Neville says, deny the evidence of the senses and don't get involved in the outside. Leo, this is one of the greatest challenges that there is as it relates to manifesting, is ignoring, and it's not necessarily ignoring, so I want to use that word very lovingly, denying the evidence of the senses. So we'll use some very simple examples here. Let's say you're in business for yourself, and one of the things that you would love is to have a certain amount of sales or income, as an example, and it's not there. And you keep looking at your sales reports, or you keep looking at your inbox, or you keep looking somewhere, and you're not seeing what you want to see. And you're getting emotionally involved in that. In other words, you're getting emotionally involved in an outcome that is undesirable, right? It's like you're looking at your bank account, or you're looking at your credit card statement, or you're looking at your finances, and you're feeling all upset. But the desire is to have significantly better financial situation, or in the case of an entrepreneur or a salesperson, significantly better results. So how do you deny the evidence of the senses? Now, first of all, do not ignore financial obligations. I would never say that. Take care of your financial obligations. However, what you can do to help you manifest better results as it relates to anything is to create visuals and images that reflect or depict the outcome that you desire. And a great example of that would be a photo. Like, let's say somebody has a desire to be slim. And this is a very common practice. What they do is they'll take either a photo of themselves much slimmer when they were a slim, and they'll put that somewhere where they see it every day, or they might take a photo of another body, like a slim body, put their head on it, like take one of their photos, cut their head off and put it on the body, use that as a visualization. That's something that can be done. Or what some people will do, and we addressed the question earlier about a dream home, is they'll go in front of the home and they'll get their picture taken in front of the home, which you could do from the street for that matter. Or they'll take, and this is something I suggest in my programs, is that you can take bank statements or credit card statements and things like that, and you modify them to reflect only what you desire. Now, we have the internet today, right? And a lot of people do online banking. So it's easy to go into your online bank account, copy, paste, and then modify in a Word document as an example, and then print it out. That's what I do. I have my bank statement right here. And same thing with sales reports. You can modify them to only reflect what it is that you desire. So that's easy peasy peasy. But I remember back in the 80s when I first started studying personal development, and I remember I had a line of credit that was, up to the hilt, and I wanted it gone. I wanted it paid off. I didn't want it gone. I wanted it paid off and still have the credit. So, in other words, do it in a very healthy way. And so, what I did was when I got my line of credit statement delivered to my home, I used whiteout, a little bottle of it's like white nail polish, and I just white out the balance and I put zero, but I put credit available and then the full amount, right? So what does that do? Well, this is an example of what you're asking in this question is it allows you to deny the evidence of the senses, because the senses are telling you you have debt. You don't have the money that you want. However, when you use your imagination, I'm actually going to be talking about this today at 2 o'clock in our Ready to Take Control event. And anyone that's on the call now, get on that because you're going to definitely benefit from it. And so this is how you work with your imagination. And your imagination is designed for you to create the life that you want, to build the life that you want, to experience the life that you want. And so by creating these visuals, it intensifies the experience in your mind, in your consciousness, and in your heart through repetition so that you get to a point where you feel as if you are already abundantly rich, if that's what you desire, or perfectly healthy, or a success, or whatever it happens to be. So you use visuals to help in aiding that outcome. All right, great question. Thank you for asking. Okay, the next question is from Mahan. How can I change my life, Peggy? By studying. I changed my life that way. Mahan, get into the program. It's free, totally free, called Ready to Take Control. Just go to readytotakecontrol.com. I'm going to be talking more about that today because I've changed my life, and I'll talk more about that. Everything I teach is about how I changed my life. So Moran, I would say make a decision right now that you're going to change your life and that you're committed to changing your life. And then follow a mentor. I followed Bob Proctor for many, many years. Bob and I ended up running a business together for a number of years. We spoke on stage many, many times. And follow me. I have a lot of great content, a lot of materials, a lot of programs. We can definitely help you. All right, Beate is saying it's always emphasized to formulate goal descriptions, affirmations, and the like in the present tense. They are different present tenses. There are different present tenses? Do you prefer to use a simple example, I play, or the present progressive, I am playing? I have heard both forms. And a quick second question, when you do mirror work, do you say to yourself, I am perfect, or you are perfect? Here too, there are different views. What is your view? Thank you very much in advance. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate you too, Beate. And I appreciate the question. So here's my answer. It doesn't matter. What matters most is how are you feeling? So if you're saying I play and you're feeling like you're playing, great. If you feel more like you're playing by saying I am playing, then say I am playing. My preference would be I am playing. That would be my preference because I simply like it. But somebody else, you see, words have meaning, of course, but they may have a slightly different meaning to different people, especially if English isn't your first language. And I don't think English is your first language, Beate, although you understand English perfectly. And so find the words or choose the words that feel most closely connected to the outcome. As same thing with the mirror work. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're saying, I am a healthy and a happy multimillionaire, feel it, like really feel it. It's not enough to just say the words. You want to feel it, like wholeheartedly feel it while you're looking in the mirror and you're saying and you're declaring those words. Now, if you say you are and you feel, I don't know, maybe more of an impact, then say you are. I personally prefer I am statements. So I am playing would be my preference. I am a healthy and happy multimillionaire would be my preference as well. So that would be my answer to your question. But honestly, Beate, whatever feels best to you is going to work magnificently. Okay, William What is your opinion on number sequences? Since I started to discover, reading, and study the books and material of Napoleon Hill, Robert Collier, Raymond Hollowell, Catherine Ponder, many other authors last year, I started to notice sequence of numbers in several places. What does it mean? Hey, interesting you're asking that question, William, when I'm just talking about 444, right? And 111 and 333, numbers that I keep seeing. What I would suggest is go online and say, what does this mean? What does, the sequence of numbers mean? And then decide if it really does mean anything to you. The blessing that we have as beings, as consciously aware beings, is that this mind, this conscious mind where all information goes into, is a reasoning mind. And in your reasoning mind, you have the opportunity to accept or reject ideas. So if I see 444 on a license plate, as I just mentioned, and I assume it means something, it's because I'm just choosing to believe that. But if somebody else sees 444 and they think, this is a bunch of garbage or it's a bunch of malarkey, it's because their reasoning factor is saying reject. Okay, just see what I'm saying? So do they really have, significant meaning? Maybe. Maybe. I tend to believe that they do, but ask my husband and he'll tell you, no, that's ridiculous. That's what he would say. And so I think it comes down to, with your own reasoning factor, what do you believe? What do you believe it to be? All right. Thank you for asking that question. Our next question is from Mehran, again, Mehran. I hope I'm saying your name properly, and if not, I apologize. And the question is, what are my 3 favorite books? Is it okay if they're mine? Savvy Wisdom is my favorite book ever, 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 ever. I'm so in love with my own book. And that may sound silly, but I am. Here's my second favorite. It is 365, Science of Mind. Every day there are messages in here, and I love them. They are amazing, and I love Ernest Holmes. And this book has moved into my top 3 spot as well. Look at the size of this baby. It is The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And I study from this book every single day, and I love it. It's absolutely a phenomenal book. So those are my 3 favorite books. But make sure you get this one. Get the others too. Why not? They're great as well. I gotta put that back on my shelf. Okay, next question is from Namsilali. Hope I'm saying your name properly, and I apologize if I'm not. How can I help my 8-year develop more confidence to improve on her school grades? Okay, brilliant. Okay, 8-year-old. I have a 9-year-old grandson. He's almost 10. What I would do, here's what I would do, is that it helped them understand the value to them of getting great grades. I would invite them to imagine that they have great grades. And what does that mean to them? How does that affect their life? Guide them to the experience that you would love for them to have. Guide them in a way that they really feel and embrace the excitement and the joy and the rewards for having good grades. And then that will inspire them. Find out if it's meaningful to them to have good grades. And if not, create a link to something very important to them, like how they may receive more accolades or praise, or how it can help them in their life, and how it's going to have them feel better about themselves, and how important that is to them in their life. And just talk to them about what's most important to them. And I'm certain you're going to be able to help them, because what you're doing is you're getting them to feel inspired. It's like that you light a fire within them. And when you light a fire within a child and they see the benefit to them, they're likely going to do whatever it takes. Another suggestion that I have is, a lot of people assume that these materials for success and personal development are not applicable to kids, yet they are. Like, I've sat, with my grandson reading Savvy Wisdom with him and sharing with him the valuable stories, or we've watched videos or things on YouTube with positive messages. And so that helps them. And it's a fun thing to do with your little ones as well. And I love that you even asked the question, because that demonstrates what a wonderful mother you are. I love that about you. Okay, our next question is from Dawn. How do you know how to feel what you want if you've never felt that way before? Great question. By using your imagination. You use your imagination. So let's do this. All right. Just think of something you would love to have in your life. Think of something. All right. Everyone do this. This is not only for Dawn. Everyone that's on this call right now, think of one thing that you would love to have in your life. And if it's a big thing, great. Make it a big thing. Think about that. All right. Okay, now close your eyes. Close your eyes. Everyone, close your eyes. Now, what I would like you to do is imagine you have it. Imagine that you're there. Imagine that you've accomplished it, you've earned it, whatever it is that you have, it's in your life now. What does that feel like? What does that feel like? Are you smiling? Are you feeling relieved maybe? Are you feeling more relaxed? Are you feeling grateful? Are you seeing the positive benefits of other important people in your life? What are you feeling as a result of knowing that your desire or your wish is already here in your life right now? Now, that act of thinking of the thing that you would love and thinking as if it's already in your life was totally a use of your imagination. That's what you did. And this is how you do it. Now, at first, it may seem a little uncomfortable or awkward. However, with practice, regular practice, and it's so essential that you have regular practice of this in order to create the results, you will get better and better and better at it. But it's deliberate, right? We're talking about deliberately focusing on the things that you desire. That's important. Great question. Thank you. Okay, I think we might have time for another one, and we do have one more question, and we're going to wrap it up for today. And this question is from Ida. How do I stay focused when the rest of my family does not get this with the law of attraction? Any tips? The kids are too small to understand it fully yet and are too impulsive with all emotions. All right, the best thing for you to do, Ida, is to be the example and to be the source. All right, you must be the example. So regardless, like when I first started, I was young when I first started studying personal development 42 years ago. And there wasn't anyone in my family studying this. And I wanted everyone to get this. I wanted to drag every one of my family members to the seminars and experience what I was experiencing. And they didn't want to come. They weren't interested. And they were living in their misery, right? And thinking this was a bunch of garbage and Peggy's joined a cult or something like that. And so I didn't allow it to affect me. I just stayed absolutely focused. You see, you are in control of one thing. That's you. You're in control of what you think. You're in control of how you feel. When you become the example, when your friends, colleagues, family members start to see what's happening for you, they start to see even the change in your persona and how you're presenting yourself, holding yourself. When someone is very happy and confident, it's evident. It's very evident. Sometimes people are like, what's going on with her? Or what's happening with him? Because of the change, the positive change. Stick with it. Absolutely stick with it. It is only going to produce good for you and will likely positively influence others as well. Okay, another question just snuck in there. So I'm going to get to that one, and then we're seriously going to wrap up after this one. It is from Isa. I'm 7 years old and I'm watching together with mom. Yay! All right, Isa, wow. Hey, listen, Isa, I want you to be thinking about what you would love as well, because what I share as far as creating wonderful things in your life works for anyone. And the younger you are, the better you're going to get it, because you're going to receive this information and it's going to impact you probably more powerfully than your mother or your father. So I love that you're here. I love that you're watching, and I love that you shared that with me as well. It's so delightful. And if there's any way I can help you, you just let me know, okay? So it's such a pleasure to see you here. All right, now for those of you that are watching, if you want to find out a little bit more about what we're doing, please head on over to you can go to our website, PeggyMcColl.com. But we're doing this event this week called Ready to Take Control. We're doing the third session today. They're only an hour long. We did one Monday, one Tuesday. We're doing the third one today. Would love to see you there. Come and join us. Just go to readytotakecontrol.com and you could register. It's totally free. And as you know, we're here every Wednesday, or we try and be here every Wednesday. I say that because sometimes I'm traveling or I have other events, I'm speaking or whatever. So we're here most of the time on Wednesday at noon to address any questions that you may have. Also, if any of you would love to book an appointment with Vladdy, who is our Vice President of Client Services, she would be happy to give you guidance on some of the programs because I absolutely recommend that you stay in the study, get in the study, stay in the study. That is the thing that's made the biggest difference in my life is being in the study and staying in the study, and then of course becoming a mentor myself. So I know how much it can make a difference in your life, and I really want to help you do that. So book an appointment with Vladdy if you'd like to find out a little bit more about how we can support you in your dreams. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. It was wonderful to be here to serve you, and thank you, Roddy. And love you guys, and I'll see you all again real soon. Thank you.